Hey everybody, it's your girl Bunny. To all of my returning subscribers, hey, how you doing? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Kick your feet up, subscribe to this family-friendly channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. Also follow me on Instagram at the same profile name so you don't miss the sneak peeks of what's coming up next. In this video, it's Ready to Love DC Episode 6, Second Shot at Love. I give a full episode recap with photos offset to the side, and then I give my review at the end. No need to dig around. I have all of the minute marks in the comments. It's all coming up next. It's back at the Gentleman's Lounge, and the fellas are excited to know that they're halfway through the process. This week is all about spending time with a woman who deserves a second shot, stepping out of the comfort zone. At the end of the week, one woman will be eliminated. Walter has always had a vibe with Sabrina, but this go-round, it's all about dating and spending a little bit more time with Tacia. Walter is more focused on family fishing trips, traditions. It's all very important to him. He feels growing up with a lot of women helped him to communicate better with communication when it comes to relationships. He's been married before and he's embracing making better decisions as an older man. Shawn and Sabrina take a moment, and Shawn admits that he has vibes with Aisha, but after their date, he does have to consider that she does not want to have more children. Sabrina enjoys the process, but admits that the constraints and with time is difficult. Sabrina loves his energy and that he makes her laugh. They get right to the important questions, and Shawn learns that from another woman, she doesn't want to have any more children either. Shawn is honest when it comes to making final decisions and communicates that he wants to have that option with his future mate, having children, but at the same time, he wants to spend more time with Sabrina. Maybe she can change some of his viewpoints, and he asks her for an additional date, and Sabrina is happy to go on date number 2. Phil and Aisha take a moment to get to know one another, and Phil makes a production note that he still has a deep connection with Shiloh. Aisha likes that he's very tentative and pays attention to detail. Phil loves the fact that she's very involved with her children, but does ask if she considers having children in the future. Aisha goes more into depth about why she's saying that she doesn't want to have additional children. She's had unfortunate health concerns with carrying children in the past. She doesn't want to hurt and give false hopes to another mate because physically she just can't. Phil is very compassionate and apologetic that he brought up such sensitive topics, but Aisha says that she understands because those questions are very important. Camille and Nye get a moment to talk, and Nye makes a production note that Camille always came off very unapproachable and her demeanor was always a little off, but this week is about having a date with somebody you typically wouldn't have a date with, or maybe someone that potentially you may have a connection with. The date starts off kind of awkward, but Nye tries to move forward and start a little bit about conversation. Camille wants to know about children, but her approach is very harsh. He says that he's open to kids, but the main focus is getting to know the woman first. And then she even goes into more depths and asking him specifics about how much he makes. Nye says to production that he doesn't like Camille's approach. She's very off and is actually kind of crazy, but he remains cordial and just wants to finish the date. It's a fun double date of Dante, Sabrina, Moomin, and Frank. They enjoy some miniature golf. There's plenty of laughs and fun as Dante shows the ladies how to get a better hole in one, but then Sabrina pulls away Dante to talk with him just a little bit more. She's interested in Dante and wants to get to talk to him. She has specific things to talk about. She has a daughter and wants to know how he feels about that. He's very open in saying that he has 3 children with 3 different women, and most women write him off after they hear such information. But Dante loves the fact that she's very connected with family and they can correlate when it comes to children. They understand the importance of it all and how that counteracts with dating. Frank Frank and Moomin get a chance to talk, and Frank is enjoying food and fun with her. What's interesting is that a lot of the food that they're eating, they didn't eat growing up due to culture. They've talked several times over the phone, but now they're finally getting some one-on-one time with a date. Now, it's very important that they get to the real important questions, so Frank starts it off. He wants to know how she feels about sex and if she's waiting, and she does confirm that due to faith, she wants to withhold from sex until she's married. She feels that connections are very important, and sex is the easy part. It's the conversations and the connection with the other person that's very important. Frank is very honest in saying that he's a very hypersexual person, and it's important in a relationship. And Moomin is grateful for his honesty. Frank makes the production note that the right person sometimes will make viewpoints change depending on the matter. So it's not exactly a deal breaker that Moomin wants to wait, but he has to consider everything. Shawn and Tacia get a moment to talk, and Shawn is very excited to get to know her. He loves her bubbly personality and smile. Tacia is a southern girl from about round the way of Chicago. Her parents and family members are from Mississippi and loves her southern tradition. She's very religious and spiritual. Shawn feels that he grew up around women like Tacia and loves the fact that she's excited and wants to have children. She asked him straight up if he has a problem with the age gap, but he says he doesn't have a problem with it at all. So it seems like they're vibing. Cornelius and Courtney take a moment, and Cornelius is loving the connection with Courtney, but hasn't had the chance to know her deeper. Courtney is a little bit more physically flirty, but Cornelius is more interested in waiting on sex. Courtney, although, is a very sexual person, and Cornelius feels that this is a potential problem in the future. It's back at the gentleman's lounge, and Tommy wants to get the scoop about what's been going on this week. Walter is digging Zadia. He understands why a lot of people love her. She vibes, she's real chill and very honest. Phil really enjoyed his date with Aisha, but he's still digging Shiloh as his first connection. Shawn, even though he's a newbie to it all, he's loving Tacia. He loves that they have a connection of how they grew up, and then they're also wanting children. And Sabrina is very beautiful and serene, but he also has to admit the fact that she doesn't want children. All women are different, and he's not shutting out Sabrina just yet. Dante was shocked at the connection he had with Sabrina, and he's interested in getting to know her deeper. He's ready for more dates. Now Tommy wants to know who they're liking the most. Dante says Shiloh and Zadia, and Frank says he's digging even more Moomin. Now Tommy wants to know who they're not really digging. It's important to focus on this because the numbers are outnumbered. It's 7 men and 9 women. Cornelius says that he's still digging Camille, and he thought he was really connecting with Courtney, but he didn't like her aggressiveness and feels that connection was just not the same. A few fellas agree that Courtney is more like a friend, like a homie, and there's not really a romantic connection with her. Dante says that Tacia has friendship vibes as well, and Phil says Sabrina gives those friendship vibes to him. Nye says that he doesn't want to seem abrasive, but he's not digging Camille. Something about her is very off. Her attitude is just funny. She's aggressive, and she's just very unwelcoming. Shawn says, yeah, Camille at the pool party was very rude when I was just trying to make polite conversation, and Dante agrees. Cornelius makes a production note that Camille is somebody that he's really connecting with, and it's very uncomfortable to hear all of the other men talk so down about Camille. It's obvious that there's a problem somewhere, and it seems like she's not even trying to connect with any of the men. She's just dating him. And now it's time for the elimination process. We have Walter and Courtney, and Camille and Dante. Walter and Courtney talk, and Courtney admits that she may come off as harsh, but it's her aggressiveness and assertiveness that causes her to put up a wall, and maybe she may seem like she's not interested in a lot of the fellas, but she is. Walter explains that a lot of the fellas feel that she wasn't as open to get to know them all, and maybe she should change her approach. Camille and Dante sit down, and it's very evident from Camille's body language that she's not interested in speaking with Dante. She makes a production note that she doesn't even know why she's on a date with Dante. She's not interested, and it's a total waste of her time. When Dante tries to make short conversation, she's very short and very rude with her timing. Dante says that the process is getting to know everyone, but Camille says no, she doesn't need to date anyone. She's only dated people that she's interested in, and that's her process. She doesn't need to know everyone. He tells her that the men have decided that even though she hasn't dated everyone, and even though she has this harsh approach, that she's not ready to go home just yet. And Camille says, oh, I know that's right, because I was about to say F you. When Walter continues to talk to Courtney, Courtney makes a production note that she could sense that something was off and maybe it was time for her to go home. Walter breaks the news that the fellas decided that she's not ready to love. Courtney feels that the process was cut short and she didn't get to know everybody like she expected, but this is not the end of her journey. And that is the end of the episode. Ooh-wee, and now it is time for your favorite part of the video. That's right, my review. So, it's like watching a slow car wreck, right? Like, no, stop. You know, total just, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing with this show? Okay, so with the people that are left, first of all, keep in mind, this is television, okay? The people that are there that are having some sort of connection, okay, have things in common with each other. I said in the past few reviews that a lot of the connections and conversations that are happening, that are interesting, are happening with these cast members on Talking with the Phone. We hear over and over again as they go on these dates, well, you know, such and such and I, you know, we talk about all this stuff over the phone. And now as we have the opportunity to go on a date, it's like, what did y'all talk about when y'all was on the phone? I really want to, really want to see hear these conversations that y'all having. You know, y'all talking about so many different interesting things. The production of it all seems to be in the way of that, right? If we're vibing and talking over the phone, what is this, a chat line? Pick up the phone, call 1-800 and talk to us now. It's only $1.99 to talk to us. I mean, is that what's going on? Because what you need the show for? If you're talking to each other over the phone and then you're dating and it's not that many of y'all. I could see if it was 40 people and you're like, whoa, some people we need to talk to over the phone, right? But the production isn't allowing a lot of those natural connections to happen. You're only seeing these people a few times. You talking for I don't know how long in a hot sun. You got the women's makeup just melting, everybody glistening and looking shiny, okay? Teasing on the up and up, you know, just oily, okay? And you got people wiping sweat away. You got Camille bringing a fan, and they out there talking. So it's just like, can I really vibe with you and I'm hot? Can I really vibe with you when we only got so much time to be at this restaurant? We only got so much time to have a film permit to sit here and talk about whatever. I need to hair and makeup connection with you. Come on now. Those of you who have been rocking with me with this show, you already know what I'm talking about. But those of you who are new to this channel and have never seen any of my reviews when it comes to this show or this season, just go back to the previous episode where I explained in the review section, okay, about how I feel about the fluidity of this show. Okay, let's talk about who seems to have the most sense. Okay, so Nye, look at here. I already said if I'm pronouncing these names wrong, don't hold it against me, okay? I'm country as hell. I can't help it, okay? I will mess up some names, okay? That's why in the South, everybody got a nickname, okay? That's why. So Nye, Liam Neeson, the dude with the glasses that Neam, okay? Neam. Abednego. I don't know. He seems like he has a good head on his shoulders. He's very genuine. He's trying to really get to know somebody. And he was the first one to say, okay, first of all, Camille is crazy, okay? I'm sitting here trying to have a conversation with her, and she's way over across the street, okay? Her brain is somewhere else, okay? Casting knew that. Casting directors knew that when they brought her on the show. They knew that. Okay, and his answers were actually brushed over. Let's talk about what he said. Okay, so when Camille asked him about children, right? his answer, he took a pause because his answer was kind of like how I would answer stuff, right? Okay, so everybody has these preferences of they want children. You have people that are sexually charged, that find it very important. Those things are important, you guys. Just like you can be passionate about you want to have a kid, is the same way a lot of people are passionate about having sex. Okay? You have people that are Christian that have their goals sexually and want to withhold from sex. That's completely fine. But if I can understand that you want to have a kid and I can understand that you want to get married tomorrow, it's very important that a lot of people understand that sex is something that's very important in their lives. But when Camille asked him the question about children, he said, well, first I'm trying to connect with the person first. Right? Then when she asked, well, how many kids? He's like, well, first you have to start with one. He's a realist. Okay. I can tell immediately that he's not for that rah-rah. He's real chill. He's not trying to be somebody that he's not. He's not bringing a representative to any of those dates. He's real chill. And at this point, he seems to be my fave when it comes to having sense. And he seems to have this same genuineness from the first episode all the way up until now. He's not acting different. He's not saying things differently. He's been on this same flow of chill. Okay. And I can give a kudos to that. Okay. So those things are important. Now don't get me wrong. Those things are important. Talking about children, talking about finances, but all of those aspects, if they're important to a person, respect that. If you want to have 5 kids, respect that somewhere along the line, you got to do something to get them kids here. Okay. And the connection when it comes to anything spiritual, anything to relationship, there has to be a passion at some point with a lot of people in order to create those children. Okay. It's not about all the biology part, okay? 1 + 1 is 2, but it's just like, do we have what it takes to have the connectiveness to get that going? Phil saying he has this connection with Shiloh, and how many dates have we seen them on? We've seen them like just have a couple of conversations. Production, stop. When it comes to you saying that these people are talking over the phone, that needs to stop, okay? We need to see the connections on film. That's the whole point. We need to see all of these dates on film. Make it a natural environment. I've been saying this over and over again for them to get to know each other more. There's not that many people. And for them to say that, oh, we haven't had a chance to connect with such and such. Why? Usually with reality shows, there needs to be a cutoff of your 9 to 5. In whatever you're doing. If you can't commit these 6 weeks or 3 months or whatever the case may be to just be about the show, forget it. Okay? If you can't allot that time for filming, you cannot be booked on the show. It's too many actors. It's too many actresses. It's too many frat brothers. It's too many sorority sisters. It's too many, oh, I know this person, what they doing. Can they come over? Can they film this show real quick? Stop it. It needs to be people who are the regular Joe Schmo folks who are for real, ready to love. Stop. Have these people sign NDAs. Okay, not to give interviews that have details, not to give interviews letting us know who they dating at the present time. The show is not even over. We haven't even had the reunion specials yet. Stop giving out too much information. Okay, if you look at The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, which I don't, but a lot of the production stuff allows for years and years for that show to be on the air. When I tell you they had them sign them NDAs, and I wish you would go on the interview and say who they picked at the end or who you dating now, get ready to be sued. Okay? It should be the same situation for this show. Make it interesting, make it a mystery. It's one thing to gossip and have fun about shows and all this other stuff, but we have cast members giving interviews and giving away too much information. I mean, why are we wasting our time watching this? When Tommy said in the show, oh, we're halfway through this process. Can you believe it? It's like, wait, what? First of all, who are half of these people? I don't know. Shawn just sliding in at the end. And it's like, okay, who's he? I don't know, y'all. It's just like, I'm the type of person, I'm committed to this. Okay. I'm committed to the show. I want to finish this. I want to see how it's go come to a close, all sorts of stuff. I'm a person, I'm committed to it. When I was a teenager, kid, whatever, if I got involved with the sport and midway through the season, I'm like, mama, I want to quit. She like, oh no, oh no, ma'am. You have to finish this season. What are you talking about? Your team needs you. You can't just quit. When you commit to something, you say you're going to do it. I don't care if you want to do it or not. You need to finish it. It's the same emotion that I feel with these cast members. It's just kind of like they was just filming, just kicking it. Okay. Just kick it. Just kick. Why are we just kicking it? It's supposed to be Ready to Love. The show should be called Ready to Kick It. Ready to kick it, ready to dip it, ready to rub it down, slip it, smack it, rub it down. Do something. I mean, it's just... I don't know how many times I'm going to say this. I enjoyed the show because it's exciting. They keep certain people, for those of you who sucking your teeth and getting your feathers all ruffled, why they keep Camille and they letting Courtney go? First of all, the fellas made a decision, right? And then you have production that's probably saying, hey, let's keep Camille because we know what's up. We just want to keep her here. I mean, it's television, right? It's television. But then you have guys saying, I really not connecting with Courtney. I mean, Cornelius is, let's just be real. I said this a long time ago. Cornelius is, say that 5 times fast. His true connection left already, okay? Carrington is no longer on the show. Okay, he's no longer there. He's really digging Camille. Cornelius's personality, this is what it gives. When he said his love language was giving gifts, and he's loving the attention from Camille, and he's playing it safe, and he's da. It's like a pea in a pod with those two. Here's why they're connecting, and here's why they get along, right? Because they belong together. Those type of people belong together. He's loving the attention from Camille. He loves it. He loves that she pouts her lip and she stomps and and it's really bothering me about her behavior. But you're still condoning it and going along with it because you like that in women. I can make a good guess that his past relationships have had those same types of women, okay? To where she can pout and snuff and whatever, and You give her a little time to wipe her tears and act right, and then she's back at your beck and call, following you around like a little puppy dog. He likes that. He likes that type of attention. And when he's approached by a woman that has that energy of being aggressive and powerful, such as Courtney, he's like, wait, I want to wait. This is not right. You're too aggressive. I'm just trying to give you a gift. It's not that serious. I want to wait. That's what you're giving me. I only work with what you give me. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Everybody else, it's just kind of like, who cares? Walter is kind of like, I'm really feeling like we're not meeting the real him. Phil is just boring. Tacia, girl, I be forgetting that you on the show sometimes. When they were like, oh, Shawn and Tacia, I was like, oh, dang, I forgot she was... Tacia just ready to go back to work. Can't you tell? Tacia is just like, let me go on this day. Oh, you got me a pretty drink. Thank you. She probably a real sweet person. Look, keep in mind, I don't know none of these people personally, okay? I'm just going off of what I see on TV. But she looked like she was just thinking about invoices, and she was ready to get back to work and just ready to keep being a boss, and why are we here? You know what I mean? A lot of people that are there, I feel, aren't having true connections. They just are quote unquote connecting because they have certain things in common. Okay. Phil is digging Shiloh because they're probably two sexually charged people. And every little thing, they're like, oh yeah, this is great. Look, I can only assume that because we're not hearing their phone conversations, which is trash. Okay. Let me know what you think. I'm not surprised at Camille staying. I knew she was going to stay. It's very obvious because it's television. She's entertaining. And, it's a mess because everybody was talking about how they wasn't digging Camille. And you think they're going to agree just because Cornelius like her that she going to stay? Stop it. And they're going to let go of the person that's aggressive and sexually aggressive. Just stop it. Just stop it. I'm confused. I don't know. I'm confused at why you got to play these games. The show comes on weekly. Just think about what you want to do, okay? Because I have other things that I could do with my time, and that's reviewing shows that are for real when it comes to true connections. Now, there's probably a few on there that's people that really were, really ready to love and get to know somebody, but they gone. They've been voted off already. Let me me know what you think. Check out those other shows I have in the pinned comment. It's so much to look at. Look at Queens, which is on ABC, starring Brandy Norwood and Eve. It's absolutely amazing. I thought it was one of those shows that was going to be super corny, but it's actually really entertaining. So check that out. Also check out Insecure season 5 if you haven't already, and binge watch season 4 if you haven't seen it. Season 4 will give you a lot of the details that you need to know if you haven't seen the show at all, so you can catch up with us and be a part of this cultural phenomenon of Insecure. Check that out. It's a broad spectrum of things that's on this channel. Okay, there's debate, there's live videos, there's stuff that's on Instagram, and I have those live videos, and I have a panel of people. We talk about current events and all these things going on. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram so you don't miss it. Okay, it's always announced when we do have those live sessions, and I think that you'll enjoy it. And there's also opportunities to become a part of the panel. That's why you got to follow me on Instagram, so you can see me a DM and say, I really like that live session show, I really like the panel, can I join in that week? Well, you got to let me know that you're interested to be a part of it. Okay, in the meantime, in between time, take care of yourself and each other. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments. You know, I always look forward to the comments, and I always respond whether we agree or disagree, right? I love you all. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful weekend. Get some sun, get some good food, meditate, pray, whatever you do, heal, recover, all that good stuff. And I will see you on Sunday for Insecure. It's the next season. I love you. Bye.